So hey, I thought I would talk today about some beers, and I want to talk about one in particular that is my favorite, which is Chimay, and I wanted to show you exactly what it looks like, and let's see if I can get it in here. Can you see it? This is what Chimay looks like. Okay, now this is actually bottled by Monks in Belgium, and this is actually a Trappist beer, which is quite different from most beers. It has to have a particular, well, the story behind Trappist beer is that it can only be called a Trappist beer if it is monks or something of that nature. I believe it's mostly monks is all I've heard of. But if they brew the beer in order to sustain what they have, like a non-profit kind of an organization, they profit from the beer that they make and they bottle, but it goes towards their way of being in their life, and I guess their monastery. Say you were a monk and you bottled beer in Belgium, which is Chimay, my favorite. And the proceeds would basically go to the monastery to which they live, and that's basically what's considered a Trappist ale. And I think there's really only about 13 or so of them. You can look it up on Wikipedia. It's pretty cool. It talks all about different kinds of beers. You can pull up beers from every country that has beer and what kind of beer that they make, and it explains a lot, and you can actually look and see how beer is brewed if this actually interests you at all. But I wanted to show you Chimay because it's now I have if you look, I have the red label here, and Chimay actually comes in 3 different flavors, I guess you call it. The red is the lowest amount of ABV, which is alcohol by volume, and the red comes in at 7%. The red's good, but my personal favorite is the blue Chimay bottle, and the blue I believe is at a 9, and it's a little bit smoother. This is a pretty heavy beer. I don't recommend it for the well, actually I recommend it for everyone, because if you like beer and you like the way it tastes, I definitely recommend Chimay. It's, there's a white one too that's in between, but I normally don't get that one because it's a little hoppier than I like. I like beers that are really smooth, and this is a really dark beer, and I'm warning you, it's a dark beer. And if you know anything about beer, and if you've had beer, you know that the dark beers, you don't usually have very many of them, because you usually either don't get far enough to drink very many of them because they're so high in alcohol content, which I think is great. What's really crazy though is that the monks that brew this beer, they drink a completely different beer, Chimay, that we'll never get because it's only local, and it's like 4.2% alcohol, and it's such a that they drink it with with dinner. And it's like drinking water to us or something, it's at 4.2% alcohol. Well, you could drink I guess a Bud Light or something like that in the U.S., and it's still about 4.2% alcohol. But compared to a 7 or a 9, that's almost, just imagine how much greater the alcohol content would be. And what's really cool about the Chimay also, and you can get Duvel as well, and Duvel is another great beer. It's not a Trappist ale, but it is a good, an Abbey. That's what it is. Duvel's an Abbey, and an Abbey beer is similar to a Trappist ale, but in the fact that the proceeds do not go to the monastery, and that's basically an Abbey ale, which is good, and that's a Duvel. That's my other recommendation for the next beer. If you like Chimay, then I'd try Duvel. It's Duvel, and it's in a similar bottle like this. And I don't know if you're looking for it. They usually don't sell it at any old gas station, beer store. You're going to have to go to a place that normally has usually liquor and wine, and it's gonna be where they have a different variety of imported beers. You usually find your Chimay there, but it's cool because they don't. I will warn you though, Chimay is a little expensive. It cost me about $13 for one bottle, but let me tell you, this is all I'll need for. That's it. If you normally drink a lot of beer, just have a Chimay, and it will be a lot less beer, and it's great, and it's wonderful to drink, and I love the way it tastes. And anyway, what I wanted to say about Chimay beers, if you notice the lip of the beer, I don't know if you can see it, the lip right here, it's made so that you can set it right on the edge of your glass and slowly pour it in, because these dark beers are going to get a lot of foam on them, and you hate that when you have a drink, your first drink, and it's foam and it's all in your nose, and it sucks. So you want to wait just a little bit and slightly tilt your glass and put that bottle right on the lip and just let it pour right into it. And if you can do it right, and you'll have the best glass of Chimay. I recommend a glass that's slightly chilled. I like my dark beers kind of cool. Now they'll have on the bottle a certain kind of glass that you should drink with a Chimay or Duvel or any kind of an Abbey or a Trappist ale that we have talked about. And they usually have kind of like a brandy sniffer. If you're looking at a glass, a beer, it kind of looks like that. It's like a goblet, and it comes to the point. You can't see my hand. It's bigger down here, and it comes smaller, and there's a little opening. And well, sometimes, usually the beer glasses, that's a brandy sniffer glass, but a beer glass similar to that will have a wider lip, and it's so that it can get all the oxygen in it, and it makes the beer so much better. So I recommend the cold glass of that nature. And good luck to you, and good beer drinking. Don't drink and drive, but enjoy your beer.